This is Dauphin with Dauphin Horsemanship, and Curly and I are back to give y'all a couple of more tips on a few things with saddling your horse. The first thing about saddling my horse is how I like to carry my saddle. I could have a stand right here, but I still have to get it to my horse. Western saddles of good quality tend to be fairly heavy. It's not at all uncommon for them to be in the 35 to 45 pound range. So to carry my saddle, I like to put the gullet right up on my hip and then lock in the horn and the swell with my elbow like such. And this is pretty easy for me to manage. For some people who are smaller, ladies or younger kids, an easier way to carry your saddle is just to put it sideways up on your hip, and with whichever hand you'll grab the cantle of the saddle back here, and you can pretty easily walk with it like so. If you need, you can also put your other hand up here on the inside of the skirt, and if I were on the other side of Curly, it would be relatively easily for me to just saddle my horse like so. We'll change sides here to saddle him. So I would be carrying it like so. Now a lot of people are worried about saddling from this side. Your girths and all should really be no problem. I don't want to muscle my saddle up onto my horse. I want to use good technique. And so I'm just going to lift it as little as possible and use a nice clean arc of a swing using my hips to really help get this saddle on my horse. So if I were to be holding it like so, I'm going to just give a twist and a little lift with my hip. Boom. Okay, we'll do that one more time for you. And if I'm swinging it good, you can see my stirrup and my girths are lifting. They're swinging right over his rump. So they're going to clear his back and they'll be on the other side. If I'm doing this and I get my girth or my stirrup leathers hung underneath, they wind up here instead of all the way on the other side. I don't have quite enough momentum to my swing. So, and what's pretty important to me, I'm not just plopping that 35 or 45 pound saddle down on my horse's back. You can see when I did that, Curly's head never raised. Wasn't an uncomfortable experience for him at all. We have another little tip for you here, and that deals with your latigo. Now that's a common term. You could also call it your cinch strap or whatever. This actual latigo happens to be made of nylon, so it's not even latigo leather. But one of the things that makes it easy to saddle my horses is the way I unsaddle my horses. So whenever I am putting my girth up, I tend to do it in a certain way. You'll see a lot of people that'll want to take the tail in and put it through this ring and go around a few times, and that's just a mess. You have to go back out around a few times to get your girth loose. All you really want to do is pull out here with 2 fingers, tuck this from the back side up through that D-ring on your saddle, pull it out, and you can make your necktie knot, and that's nice and secure. Even better, when I go to saddle my horse, all I have to do is undo my necktie knot, drop my cinches on the other side, pull this through, and now my tail would go through the D-ring on my girth, pull one time, and boom, I'm ready to continue saddling my horse. Quick and easy. Hope that helps.